Hello everyone! How's it going? Hello and welcome back. Another day, another video. How's everything coming along? Hope you're doing alright, doing just fine, dandy, getting into the swing of things, perhaps? Yeah, I mean, ideally I'd like to, and I'm glad to be here, a little worried. I should be more nervous about today because, glad to be back. Ideally, you should be able to do these, maybe not once a day, but every 1.5 days, I've determined. And that would really suit so we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's maybe move into stuff. Usually I use a famous person's publicity stunt to catch your attention and then move into subjects. But today we're just going to cover our recent conversations somewhat in my comments from a few days back. How about it, right? Okay, and I could probably assure you that it's not going to be funny, but then again, we're not really going anywhere, and it's certainly not going to teach you anything, so maybe there is going to be a little bit of humor. So this anti-feminism movement, I asked, and the question is now answered. I guess it goes back to as early as, from what I can tell, 2004. And if I had to pick my favorite of the 3 people that came before Pearl Davis, women, I would say it's the one that reads the most literature. So her, I know all these people's names, but I'm not trying to. And then of course you do have to factor in their age, their beauty and stuff. I mean, it's when it's a woman talking about pro-male subjects, I don't know. I would also factor in their marital status before or after they have kids. Boys have always been winning because, we know the stereotype that girls play with dolls, and then watching romantic comedies later in life, nobody seems to be complaining. So I think the whole thing is mostly just, how do we talk about prostitution without talking about prostitution? See, they gave us guns. I'm surprised there's not more attacks in history. 2001, the attacks on the World Trade Center, that was a warning shot. You could look back on all of this from and this is what I had to do over the last couple of days, just the perspective of men and women. And, we're not going to solve anything here, but I factor in beauty over the years, and it seems that the women are getting more and more gorgeous. No? Betty and Veronica? No? We all know that prostitution was common in Rome and how that went. And I still think we're in a little battle. I don't know the relationships historically between the Middle East and Rome, but I'm thinking if you get guns, you're allowed to have everything. And we've just got ourselves gambling. So then you go back to marijuana and even gay rights. And it's just like, I don't want to be a progressive if that's what the argument is, but it sort of explains the uprising of the internet and pornography. So I don't know, if you want to collapse your society, I don't know, maybe all the states that legalized... See, I even think this would bring the crime rates down. Duh. Legalized gay marriage in around 2008 or so. Maybe you're subject to test it or something, and that does happen to cover the state that I currently reside in. But you never go back on this stuff, we all know. So how much is enough? Too much? Not enough? I think all these topics could be covered somewhere in the first and a half date, maybe in a comedy club. I want to know how long it's been going on that women have been offering to pay on the first date. Also, what kind of effects might that have on the dating scene? If we legalize prostitution, does that make it easier for a woman to want to pay the second date, the third, and so on? Or is the effect the exact opposite? I don't know. It was really helpful. I learned so much from listening to these people. Let's give them shout outs. Karen Strahan, Rachel Wilson, and Janet Fiamenko. Very knowledgeable, and you wouldn't be able to go without it. But much like I don't look into anything, I'm going to say this is a worthwhile venture. We can make jokes about what women might offer when they're registering to vote. I'm more on the side of women should be allowed to be slutty. You don't have to be their therapist. I don't know. I think we should probably get out of here. I'm not trying to do an 8-minute video. All right. Cheerios, guys. Toodles. I'll see you around the bend.